YouTube, Model Railroaders. I'm Ray, and welcome to the Boeville Newtown's vlog number 5. I think it is. I just had it up and I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, we're up to vlog number 5. Ta-da. Vlog number 5 for 2019. It happens to be May 30th, 2019. And, well, it's been a long day, to say the least. Yesterday was fairly interesting for me, though. I pulled a first yesterday. It was the first time I've ever driven through a tornado. Hopefully it'll be the last time I ever have to drive through a tornado. And of course everybody's probably wondering, what are you talking about? Well, in the area that I live in, on the way home last night, one of our major east-west routes, and the way that I take home to get to the Baltimore Beltway, Route 43, there was a tornado that passed right next to it, basically, and I was right there when it passed through. I actually ended up stopping my vehicle underneath of one of the overpasses on the way home because the hail was coming down so hard and the rain was coming down so hard. I was like, you know what, I think I'm just going to stop right here. I'm going to wait this one out. But anyway, so everything's good, but yeah. So anyway, what's going on? Well, not much. As you can see, nothing. Nothing. As of yet, nothing. I actually just was in the our storage area, kind of hoping that maybe there's a slight chance that some of my designing stuff was on top, and it's not. It's buried somewhere in there. I went about 2 boxes deep and went ahead and said, nope, that's it, I'm done. No, there's no room to move in here right now. This ain't gonna happen. So I just decided to stop, and I'll deal with it this weekend. So maybe this weekend I'll find my stuff, and then if I do, then I can go ahead and actually get started on mapping this thing out, and we'll go from there. Because as I mentioned on my Facebook page, I now know exactly where the railroad is going to sit. I know the exact dimensions of where it's going to sit. So, and it's going to be basically 35 feet starting over here on this side. I think you can see there's a door back there. So it'll be right there at the edge of that door frame, and it'll go off to my left, back down towards where the bar is, which has been one of those discussion points as to whether it stays or goes. Should I stay or should I go? No, we won't go there. My father always told me I should sing solo that nobody else could hear me. So there we go. Anyway, told you it's been a long day. Well, the thing of it is here it is. I had that last night, and then I had to go in at 2 o'clock this morning. And then, of course, we have more storms this afternoon, so while I'm trying to sleep, both of them, our dogs are in bed, because neither one of them likes storms. So, there's that. But anyway, going back over towards where the bar is, and as it is right now, the bar is staying. There's no question that the bar is going to stay. What am I going to do with it? I really haven't decided. I think I am going to reinstate it as a wet bar, even though I don't drink. If I have 3 or 4 glasses of wine a year, it's a lot. I'll be perfectly honest, and I know when we were up at Steamtown, you know, it's like, oh, everybody's drinking beer and drinking this and drinking that. It's like, I did all my drinking when I was in the service. Fertilized a few lawns, fertilized myself. You know, it's a long. Yeah, we won't go there. But I did all my drinking when I was much younger, and now it just isn't appealing. So, yeah, take it or leave it, right? So, to each his own, and we'll go on from there. So, like I said, I've got the area now. I just have to come up with a plan, and I'm really thinking it's going to be, if you all remember, the plan that I had used for the Penn Central Hummelstown division, my N-scale test bed layout, was a folded dog bone. Literally a folded dog bone. I mean, it folded back onto itself. I'm going to do something very similar to that. That was a single track. This will be a double track, and I think over here by the door is going to be where the northern and southern yards are, Richmond and Harrisburg. The two hidden yards will be over on this side, and what'll be is that the tracks will come in, and the radius, the tracks will be pretty much almost center on a 4x8, air quotes, 4x8. It'll almost like teardrop, and then the yards will be on either side of that trackage. Sort of taking what I did with the Big E, which was the last plan that we had for the old house, and slightly modifying it to be able to fit this space without it being an E, because I have no need to do an E now. And then some people would be like, well, if you're just going to run straight track, why don't, well, to a point, it's almost going to be a module or modular. To a point. There's a couple of exceptions. First off, like I've mentioned before, right at the base of the steps, which is just off to my left here, the basement gets very narrow. It's 7 feet from the steps to the wall. If I'm going to build this as a walk around with a backdrop in the middle, that leaves me basically a foot, because of course I'm one of these people that probably overdoes things a little bit, but I've always gone off of what we did for work. And work is that around electrical panels and things of that nature, you had to have 3 feet. The aisle space had to be no less than 3 feet. So if I'm going off that premise, if I've got 7 feet to deal with, if I've got a 3 foot on the back side and a 3 foot on the front side, that leaves me a foot in the middle. So getting around the steps is going to be a little tight. Boeville, that'll be off to that side, and then the 2 yards will be off to my right, and we'll see how it plays out. Hopefully I can get some things together, and we'll see what happens. Now that I've had a chance to meet up with, before I get too much further, Horseshoe Curve, one of my favorite railroads to Pennsylvania. I love their Tuscan, the Tuscan color scheme, so I had to have this. I had to have this shirt. So, at any rate, it's another, just like the Steamtown shirt I wore last week. I've got a different shirt to wear instead of just wearing the Boeville shirt every time I do a vlog, so it doesn't look like I'm wearing the same clothes all the time. Trust me, we do laundry, and I do take showers. It's all good. Anyway, speaking of Steamtown, the meetup, I'm glad. Obviously, I put that one up last week. But in the meantime, there's been a lot more people that have been putting up videos, and I've been catching up. I'm finally starting to find some of the folks that I missed. Kevin Brown, for one. He's one of them. Obviously, Ben Mooney from Creative Rails. Wilmer from the Indian Head Valley Railroad. Nate from the Nathan DeLay. And then also another Nate from and I know I'm going to butcher the name, and I apologize ahead of time. The Tyagan, the Tyagan Railroad and Coal Company. The short line, it's basically, I think he's trying to build off of the East Broadtop, which is another, at least in our area, on the East Coast here, is a rather famous narrow gauge, eastern narrow gauge, because most people equate narrow gauge with the Midwest and the West. with all the mining and the logging and stuff that went on out there. Well, believe it or not, but we did have some narrow gauge over on this side of the country too. So, you know, don't leave us out. And of course, Roy from the Evanston Division of the Union Pacific. That was the fellow from Panama. I remembered. Holy cow, it's going to rain again. I hope not. But as you can see, folks, and it's funny because when we were up there, I was talking about it. I do this for fun. I'm not trying to blow people away with fancy graphics and you know, all sorts of, you know, upbeat and all that. You know, I throw stuff together, I make a complete fool of myself, I put it on YouTube. Life can't get any better than that. Right? So, anywho, there was one other thing I forgot to mention last week, and my goodness. And that was the fact that we also went to the Hudson Valley Railroad Club, which was about 30 minutes from Steamtown. Beautiful layout. I took some pictures. I was going to put them into the last vlog, but I was afraid it would make the thing too long and I'd lose everybody's attention. Not that I probably haven't lost your attention by now anyways, but hey, if you're still with me, stand by, because I've got some pictures to throw in here, and we're going to go ahead and call this vlog a night and move on. But so you know what? Let's roll those. Let's roll those photos. We'll be right back. Well, hope you all enjoyed those pictures. If you ever get up to Steamtown, look up the Hudson Valley Railroad Club, or Hudson Valley Model Railroad. Hudson Valley Railroad Club's fine, fair enough, you know, close enough. I'm sure if I mean, I don't know what their hours are, but I'm sure that, you know, they'd work something out maybe. But look them up if you're in the area and see if they'll let you come by and take a look at their wonderful layout. And if that's all, folks. Pretty much. You all know the deal. Wait for the high ball. Green tracks ahead. Be safe. God bless. We'll catch you all next time. See ya.